Well, hope you're fine there. Okay, so dear students, our class ended in chapter conditionals. So due to time limit, we could not continue with, you know, MCQs. Today we will begin with it. Let's continue with the same, same chapter, but MCQ questions for practice. So, dear students, I have shared a screen, for practical questions. So, can you see these questions? Okay, so let's go for first number. There is a question, and you have to choose the right option for it. Had I known she was allergic to seafood, right? So, which conditional type? Yeah, okay, very good. Puja Basnes Sisir, and everybody is answered. It's A. I wouldn't have made prawn sandwiches. Okay. So how do you say this? How do you say it? Or let's do it shortly. How do you say number A first for the question number one? How is it the option? What's the option? So how is it? Yes, very good. Sishir Paudel. Your answer is right. So as you said, it's conditional type third. I'm telling it for everyone. All right. As Sisizi has said, Akash and so many others have said it's third conditional. So somebody can tell me third conditional pattern in short. Okay. Subject had V3 if clause. That's if clause. With if clause, past perfect tense, and result sentence. Would have, could have, wouldn't have, couldn't have. Okay. I hadn't made prompt. Had I not? No, I'm sorry. Rijal Srestha, your answer is not right, I'm afraid, because had is already there, and you can't use had, did, do, does with result sentence. In conditional, you can't use do, does, did with result sentences. Instead, you will use would, could, may, shall, will. So even third, had V3, would, could have V3. I'm sorry, it's not. Krishna Rahal. Krishna ji, it's not. Where have you found this all? Where have you found this all? I'm sorry. Had I known she was allergic to sheepwood, I wouldn't have made prawn sandwiches. Here you are regretting, all right? That's more natural. So, okay, A is the answer. Let's go for ahead, please. We move ahead. We will simply do 10, at least 10 questions, then we'll move on to the chapter. If anybody has some problems, then you can ask me. Otherwise, we will move for next chapter. Okay, so here we have number 2. If you dirty water for a long time, it boils. So, okay, how would you say? Heat. Very nice. Okay, it's B. Number B is heat. How would you say that? It's because somebody has answered. Very good. It's fact. It's fact. And which conditional is this? Zero conditional. That's correct. I think everybody has known it. I think everybody knows it. It's scientific truth. Fact, you can say. Okay, fine. So we move on the third. It's zero conditional here. Number 3. If Chris did it to be late, I didn't leave without him. How would you say? What would you say here? Let's do it fast. If Chris is late, you can say if Chris is late. Okay, somebody has said B, A, your answers. You have given various of answers. Oh, all right. If Chris is late, it's a number A. That's correct. Very good. So many of you have given answer A, option A. That's correct. If Chris is late, I will leave without him. Simply saying in general, you can say that. Okay, we move on next. Number 4. Well, guys, are you getting me? Okay, it's fine. It's so simple. We have already discussed about it. This is, a mixed type of exercises. Here you can see all conditionals, not any particular conditional you are studying now. You are studying mixed conditional, means here we have all types of conditionals. Based on all type of conditionals, these questions are being done. Well, number 4, if I'm late, my father, what would you answer? Okay, my father will take me to school. Very good. Okay, next, number 5. I could marry her if I... answers. I could marry her if I wanted. Very good. If I wanted. Everybody has given right answer. Very good. Let's move ahead. We will do simply 10 questions from here. Number 6, if you did to drive slow, we did to be late. How do you say? Which answer? A. Okay. If you drive so slowly, we will be late. In simple, in general saying, generally, it's A. Okay, fine. Number 7. So everyone is getting, because maybe good students are overtaking bad ones. Means no, I can't say anyone bad here. Good students, maybe fast learners, maybe overtaking the slow learners. It's by nature, people are not the same always, everywhere. So number 7, if I didn't heard Abba, I would call her. If, how would you say? What would you say? If I knew the answer, if I knew her answer, very good. It's conditional type. Second, very good, conditional type 2. Many of you have given an answer. Number 8, if I forget her birthday, Andrea gets upset. Without conditional is this. Which conditional is this? All right. A, very good. If I forget her birthday, Andrea gets upset. How would you say this is conditional type first? How would you say this is conditional type first? Because it's about someone's habit. It talks about someone's habit. It's not, you can't say fact. Andrea gets upset. This is her habit. All right, okay. Someone had asked me V1 or V5 is used. Hey, that's okay. LS, it's okay. Simple present on both sides. Okay, that doesn't simply mean it's conditional type 0, but moreover, you would say it's someone's habit also, someone's routine, someone's, let's say, general habit. Okay. Number 9, second last question. If Carla needed to sell everything, she not have any problems. If Carla, okay, answer. Okay. If Carla didn't tell everything, she not any problems. If Carla tells everything, she would not have any problems. All right. Huh? No, will tell no. Tell no, tells not. If Carla tells everything, won't have that answer. Remember. Okay, so last question for today. If I did to read this book, I did get to get a lot of knowledge. What do you say? Which answer? D number will read. No, not the D answer. Read is the right answer. Read is the right answer. Okay, if I read this book, I will be able to get a lot of knowledge. It's conditional type first. If you read the book, that's the result will be you will get a lot of knowledge. So, dear students, for short time, very shortly, I'll be back with another page. Now, right now, for this session, this practice on conditionals is over. Now, I will start with another chapter. That's question tags. Well, dear students, you will have another page on your devices. Have a patience. Please, for more questions, for further, you can study, you can consult different, you can browse different sources in the internet, and you can learn. Question number 9, can you explain? Okay, Umanga Choudhury has asked me question number 9 to explain. If Carla did to tell everything, she not have any problems. Okay, Carla, if Carla tells everything, she will not have any problems. If Carla tells you, Carla, it's conditional type first. Umangaji is conditional type first. That's why the pattern will be like this. If Carla tells you everything, she wouldn't have any problems. Okay. Fine, we'll move ahead. So I'm going to give you another slide. Well, guys, do you see the slide? Do you see the slide? Topic is conditional. Well, do you see? Okay, children. At least somebody must write. Not at. Okay. Now you can see. But somebody tell me. At least you're getting. Which word has 4 syllables? Which word has 4 syllables? What does this have to make any relation in my class today? Syllable is another matter, and to know any topic of that we'll discuss about syllable here in my lesson today. Maybe I will need it in articles, not now. If you want to pass that hard, you study. You must study. Yeah, if you want to pass, you must study. Yes, that's conditional type first. You must study, that's imperative, or you can say you must study. You can, may, will, shall. It's conditional type first. You must study in imperative form, but conditional type first. Himal Baral has asked me this question. Okay, so dear students, where it not will have enrolled. Some students have asked me questions. It means you still want to discuss on the same chapter, right? Okay, Sapalji has asked me that for the changes made in regulations to acceptance to the school, very few students before the year started. Provided that is there provided that and where, okay. Well, I'm trying to answer this. For the changes made in regulations to acceptance to the school, very few students before the year started. So you have options like, so everybody please, here Safalji has asked me this question, everybody will pay attention at the same moment, because this will not be the problem. This is not only the problem of Shapal, maybe problems of many others like Sapal. So therefore it is everyone is required to pay attention at the moment. So where it not will have enrolled for the changes, where it not, no, you can't say that, where it not would enroll, but for the changes. All right. Oh, you have brought this a little bit tricky question. A little bit tricky. Well, I'll go for it some time later, some moment later. Right now, I shouldn't say it what comes in my mind because it's a grammar and I must tell only answers precisely. So will you just give me some time for this? I will need some time, Babu. Sisir, sorry, Sapal. I will see it. I just can't say it because it's not our language, right? It's native speakers' language. Therefore, problems will occur. Even I'll have to say this because I think this is a little bit tricky. Okay, yeah, fine. Sapal, it's fine. Well, so shall we go ahead with question text, dear students? Okay, shall we go ahead? Well, question tags. Well, I can see some messages. Umanga has asked me number C to me. Okay, number C is the answer, you mean? Fine. So somebody says that number C. I just can't trust it because you are learners. Maybe you are right. I can respect you. I respect you, but right now I can't venture my decision unless I'm satisfied myself. I'll say it, and then you will also declare it if you're right. So fine. Someone has asked me if I did it, I would have bought a car. Your answer is if I had enough money. Isn't if I had been rich, if I could be rich, if I were rich. It's very simple. If I were rich, I would have bought a car. Oh no, if I had been rich. I had been rich. Number C is the answer. I had been rich, past perfect tense. Okay, conditional type third because would have plus B3 is there. Okay. So we move ahead. Dear students, you want to discuss for some longer, or let's wrap up this and move for next? Somebody tell me, at least write a message. At least you tell me if you're well. So Shipa has set to go ahead. Fine. Shipa, unlike others, many others, is that okay? Okay. So let's go ahead, dear students. The first, do you see the first slide? We cannot forward. You cannot forward. What can't you forward? You mean the chapter or my slide? I have not forwarded it. That's why. Yes, we cannot. We move. We can move. We can move forward. Okay, fine. Well, dear students, question tags. It's very important and most exciting question, perhaps, out of many other grammatical topics. Question tag is one of the most important and most exciting, topic that any ordinary student, any average student would find it interesting, right? What to speak of, I myself. Well, question tag is a type of question, is a type of interrogative sentence, is a type of interrogative sentence that comes at the end of a question. All right, it comes at the end of a question to make sure about something, right? For confirmations. If you are not sure about something, you make a question tag. Okay. So how do you say is, for example, if someone is Krifa, if your name is Krifa, I feel like your name is Krifa and you look like Krifa, but I'm not sure, I would say, you are Krifa, aren't you? Yeah, because I'm not sure, that's why I'm putting a tag at the end of my sentence. You are Kripa, aren't you? Right? And there must be a rising tone for making question tags. Generally, very basically, we use rising tone for question tags. All right. So sir, your slide is not changing. I'm fine. I know I'm not changing it, Babu. It's not something new. I'm going to change it some time later. I'm just giving a background of question tags only. Well, next slide. Now you will get another slide. Well, dear students, just have a look on this first. Have a look on this page, on the slide. All right, Safal has asked me, you are barely comprehensible, get a new mic or something. Fine. Is this a problem to everyone or it's only problem with Safal? I need an answer. Somebody please help me without delay so that I can continue. So I can go for some also options. Is it real? Okay, maybe. So Rogers has said, no, sir. Another Prapti has also said, no, sir, sound is perfect. Okay, Tara has said, sound has perfect. Sound is no, sir, critical model. Oh, so maybe, Rajesh, sorry, was it with the complaint? Yes, Safal, maybe there is problem with your device. There is problem with your device. Please, will you fix it first? Otherwise, I don't think there's a problem with my device. But off and on, I have problems. But now I don't think I have problems with my device. Well, so the slide is another slide. Is this clearly seen, dear students? Can you see it clearly? Okay. Now I will talk. I'll discuss. What is question tag? Question tags are very short questions and are made for confirmations. All right. Sometimes we are not sure sometimes we are not sure about something, someone, somebody, someplace. Therefore, we need to know question tags. We need to have knowledge of question tags. So we will be studying about in detail. Just have a look at. Such question is asked to be sure about some statement because the speaker is not sure about it. All right. When you are not sure about something, you may question that. I've already told this. And basically, generally, even a layman can understand, an ordinary intellect can understand, a donkey-minded can understand. Positive statement follows negative tag, and negative statement follows positive tag. But except imperative sentence, be sure about it. Dear students, about the same thing you will be studying further in detail, but I can't remain satisfied without telling it right now in advance. So I'm telling it. Question tags, positives, basic. This is general rule about question tag. Positive statement follows negative tag, and negative statement follows positive tag. There you can see the same thing in my slide also. So format a statement, comma. Please don't forget to put comma in your statement after your statement is or ends, and then question tag, and then a last question mark. Don't forget it. It's very simple. For example, question tag always begins with a small letter. Small letter. It's not like the sentence is another, therefore you will begin capital letter. No, that's not so. Simply, you are a student. Suppose your student is there and comma. After that, it's small letter. Aren't you? Okay, fine. So never forget, I'm sorry, never forget to put comma and question mark. Is that clear to your students? Now, many of you might be feeling like, sir is teaching very simple and easy things, sometimes things should go from easy to hard. Now, slowly and gradually, you'll be having difficult questions, difficult issues about question tags. Don't worry. Well, next. Do you see, students, not in tag? Question is always written in short form. Not in tag question, NOT is not, that's written in short, N''T. You're a student, aren't you? So the letter in bold letter, in black, you can see. Do you see my cursor? Why is this cursor coming in a strange way? All right, so you can see in bold. So it's very simple, dear students. I should not squander my time here. Some auxiliaries such as can is written as can't. Can is written can't, shall, shan't, will, won't, ought to, oughtn't, or shouldn't. Dear students, I can make sure about one thing. Next time, after this class is concluded, I shall send the same material to you in PDF. Don't worry. You must be happy that you will get the same thing after this class. All right. But now, right now, you must pay attention. You may have, you may be whimsical or you may be lavish at the moment in a hope that sir will send the same thing later. Why should I pay attention at the moment? Don't say so. So you have to pay attention now, and therefore you will understand it later better. Ought means should. Okay, ought to, oughtn't, or shouldn't. Ought is for moral obligations. Ought means also, ought is equivalent. Ought means should. Ought means should, you can't say, but ought is equivalent to should, not ought means should. It's equivalent. There is some doubt, if you say means should, there is doubt. But when you say equivalent, exchangeable. All right. It's okay. Well, the students mustn't. If the statement means compulsory, please pay attention. Number D is very, very important. Very important, but most complicated also. So here you have a new message. What's the new message? Sir, can you explain about must? Yeah, that same thing I'm on now. I'm going to explain it. Prapti Bhatta. Prapti Bhatta, are you from Mahendranagar? Maybe you're from Mahendranagar, Kanchapur, from my reason, because this caste is, excessive in my reason. Maybe it's excessively available. I mean, all right. So must is for the compulsory, for obligation, for compulsory situations. All right. You ought to do exercise regularly. All right. What do you mean? You want me to change this? You ought to do exercises regularly. So here you can say, you can take it in which way you want to take it. If you take it as an obligation, you must means obligation means compulsory, then you can say mustn't you. Or if you take it as advice or suggestions, you should say needn't you. Okay, you understood perhaps. I must see, for example. I'm sorry, it's gone ahead. I needn't do it, need I? It's not obligation. It's not compulsory. You can do it also. That means that's why need I. But here I need to do it, don't I? What does it mean? I need to do it has two answers. I need to do it, need I? I needn't do it, and I need to do it, don't I? You know, need it as a main verb here. I need to do it is as here. Auxiliary verb is need. Here, auxiliary verb is a need, and do is here as a main verb. So when need comes as an auxiliary verb, then you must say don't. It's present simple tense. But I needn't. Here, I need, a need is an auxiliary verb itself. Okay, so that's why you can say need I. All right, somebody has asked me another question. Fine. Your answer will be addressed. Don't worry, Babu. Regarding imperative sentences, well, let's learn about imperative sentences. So that was all about. This is easy stuff. I'd rather watch a drunk person tumbling on his way to home than take lessons on tech questions again. Oh my God, Supple, don't say so, Supple. You must not use such, comments. You must not ask such things here on Facebook. Sorry, in classes, Babu. It's not good. You have to learn to be. You have to learn to be a good person. It's not good. What? How can you say this? Is very easy stuff. How do you say? So let me have some questions. Teacher always has to see all other people. You may not have the problems on this, but others may have problems. Okay, Akash has asked me about, sir, would you mind explaining again about must and needn't? Fine. Well, need, I was discussing about need, must is gone. Okay, need. See here. Oh, is that slide? Okay, please have on this look. Akash, you can see on this slide. So must means here for obligations or order, obligatory orders. Like, you must go from here, you must get lost, don't show your face again. So, all right, these are obligations. And you must wake up early in the morning. You must wake up early in the morning. These are obligations, orders, strict orders. So this is, for such sense, you can use must, and negative, sorry, in tag question will be mustn't. In negative, mustn't, and positive, must for obligations. Okay. And for the same must can be, so you can use must here for obligations, for compulsory orders, and needn't for some, the statement means necessity, but no obligation. Means there is some space of chance, there is chance that you can do it, you cannot do it, it's your choice. So for example, I must obey, I must, so you can say, I must obey my parents. So here it's obligation. It's obligation. I must obey my parents. But I must drink water. It's up to you how you take it. If you take it as an order, you can say needn't I? Sorry, mustn't I? If you take it as simple statement, simple remark, you would say, needn't I? Is that okay? Once again, if you take it as order, it depends on how you use it, all right, how you take it. But we can't prescribe something is order itself. It depends how receiver takes it. If you take it as an order, obligation, you can say mustn't. If you take it as simple remark, you will take it as simple ordinary sentence, not any order, that needn't I. Okay, means you can drink water, you cannot drink water. I must drink water means you can drink water, you cannot drink water. I must, because here you are, you have choice. So it's necessity, but it's up to you now. If you take it or if you don't take it, that's why I needn't. But I must obey my parents. Here you take it as order, strict order. That's why it's obligation. So you can say mustn't, therefore. Well, Sushil has asked me, please let me know about this. What is the what's the correct answer, sir? Boys, dear students, boys, girls, anyone, please have a patience. We are reaching. But if you want the answer in advance, no problem. I can tell the answer, but we are just approaching there. Please let me know about this. What is the answer you mean? Please let me know. Will you is the answer. Please let me know about this. What is the correct answer? Is will you? So if we took that as an order, but in answer, maybe Pawanji. Sorry, if we took that as an order, but in answer sheet, there is another answer, our marks will cut. Yes. Oh, Pawanji has asked me, very good question. If we took that as an order, but in answer sheet, there is another answer, our marks will be cut. No, ambiguous answers will not come. Ambiguous answers will not be asked. Don't worry. Your answer will be precise. Answer options will be precise, and that you will easily go for it. So Sapal has asked me how to distinguish obligation and necessity. How to distinguish, very good. How to distinguish obligation from necessity, right? Obligation, it's up to you. And question itself will sound. Some situation is obligation, Sapalji. Question sentence itself will sound. Some question is obligation, and some question is not, or simply necessity. Okay. For example, I must obey my parents. So here, let's compare this obey parents and drinking water by you. You can remain without drinking for some time, but you can't remain, you can't remain a good person without obeying your parents. So it's an obligation. Unica has asked me, please, we are also being disturbed by them. What do you mean? Isn't it easy to just answer every questions with mustn't? Isn't it? Puza has asked, isn't it easy to just answer every question with mustn't? What do you mean? I don't understand. Puza, your question is not clear. Necessity is a compulsion, but obligation is a choice. Necessity. Himal has no, that's not so. That's no. That's obligation. Obligation can't be a choice. Obligation is not a choice. Obligation is necessary. Obligation is compulsory. Okay, compulsoriness. Nisha has asked, okay. Please, dear students, will you just hold on? Just have patience. Instead of asking questions, let's go ahead. You don't let me go ahead. And therefore, these questions will come in your mind naturally. If you let me go ahead, your questions will be answered automatically, because each and everything of your questions is going to be addressed here, is going to be discussed here in my lessons. So therefore, pay attention. All right. Instead of asking, please have a patience. Have patience and understand. You will get answers yourselves. See, regarding imperative sentences. So let's talk about it. Many of you are asking me questions from imperatives. All right. So therefore, you can see here, regarding imperative sentences, if the sentence begins with let's, shall we, and let means only will you. Examples there, let's play, shall we, let us play, will you. It's very simple. Tag questions in imperative sentences, both positive and negative statements, that's always positive. Come here, will you. Don't come here, also will you. Means positive sentence and negative sentence in imperative sentence. The question tag will be only one that's positive tag. Okay, you can see the example. Now, except the sentences that begins with let's, all the imperative sentences get the tag question. Except the sentences that begins with let's, all the imperative sentences get the tag question, will you? Only let's will get the answer, shall we? Let's means shall we, and let us means will you, and in any imperative, come here, don't come here, that's also will you. Let's go outside, let us go outside, will you? Let us go outside, will you? You're held at gunpoint, required to obey parents, or that tell you they will drop you dead. Will obeying parents then not be a necessity by definition? If you are held at gunpoint and required to obey your parents, or they tell you they will drop you. Okay, so Paul, let me know one thing about you. Are you asking these questions intentionally to learn something? You are asking, so you really want to know, or you already know and just trying to ask this question? I don't know, Babu. So Paul, what is this actually? I don't know. You're just putting me in complexity. I don't know why you're asking this. If you are held at gunpoint and required to obey your parents, or they tell you they will drop you dead, will obeying parents then not be necessity by definition? Oh my God. Here, it's, here it's obeying parents cannot be applied. Your parents are asking you, stay, hold on right there, hold right on there, hold on there. Though someone is, pointing your gun, here you cannot obey your parents. Okay, so it's a necessity. Then not be necessity by definition. It's not, it's necessity. It's necessity here. Okay. Now, next is, tag question is imperative sentence, both positive and negative. We have already done this. Now, let's move ahead. Samir has asked me a question. Sir, in let us play, the tag is not want. Since the question is positive, very basic, very simple question you have asked, Samir. Let us, it's imperative sentence. Okay. Let us play. You are asking, want to you, right? In imperative, I have already told you, either that's imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, whatever the structure, whatever the question statement, that's positive either or negative, answer will be only positive. Tag answer will be positive. Okay. So in case of let's, instead of let's, what do you mean, Umanga? You have asked me, in case of let's, instead of let's. No, you can't write let without apostrophe. So come here, want to? Yeah, that's okay. Isn't this? Wasn't it? This is it. Isn't this? All right, please let me go ahead. You just disturbing in this manner. Asking without lesson, asking before lesson is taught is not a good idea, dear student. Once the lesson is complete, then you can ask questions, no problem. But let me complete first, okay? All right, now little complex question issue has come. So one, look at here. These are the subjects. If in statement, pay attention, dear students, very, very important. These are the subjects in statement if the passive, in tag questions, their subjects will be, their pronoun subjects will be one, it, they, it. How? Look at, one will be one. This, that will be changed into it. These, those will change into they, and there also there will be changed into there itself, and something will be changed into something, anything, nothing, everything will be changed into it. Yeah, okay, very simple. Next, please have a look on this very clearly once again. Don't forget it, because we will have exercises very soon. you should pronounce for different subjects. Somebody, anybody, people. Someone, anyone, some. Nobody, everybody, no one, everyone, no one, each, neither of. Then tag will be they. Listen, these subjects tag question subject will be they. Remember, don't forget it. Somebody, someone, nobody, no one, none, neither, each, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, people, some. Their tag question subject will be they. Okay, very, very important. Don't forget it. Next, see, verbs hidden with subjects. I would better, very, very important. I would better, I here, I would better, don't read it, I would better, I'd better, I'd better, and it's read, in detail it's read, in full form it's had, and that question will be hadn't you. Okay, I'd better, hadn't you. And I'd rather means I would rather, and that question will be would you. Okay, I would go to hospital, I'd go to hospital. Here it's would, here would go, because there is go. Whether I apostrophe D is that would or read, how it is read, how to understand, to read it, is it determines, verb determines after would. After D, verb will determine whether that's would or had. See here, go is here. So go is a verb, right? So therefore, verb is in first form. So verb is in V1, that's why it's would. If there is V3, then it's had. Very good, student. Christina Dangul has said. Very good, Christina. Now, let's have another side. I am, I apostrophe is I am, that question is am, that's full form is am, he's a student, is here. Is or has means verb will determine here, verb will fix or how it is read or what is that. He's gone out means has here, because verb 3 is here, and I've is have, because you can't say have here. It's let's move it, skip it. He's playing now, is here, is, and he's playing yesterday. He apostrophe s playing yesterday means not is here, but is when he's playing yesterday. Is yesterday he has time adverbial part continuous tense, therefore. So has to, one important thing again, has to, doesn't, have to, don't, had to, didn't. Don't forget it. Next slide. Okay. Now, complex rules are coming. Complex rules are coming. You need to have patience, dear students. Just as you get simple questions, just as you get simple one or ordinary thing, you start getting impatient. It's not good. Sir, he was a student. Sir, he was a student. Why not? Student is a state, and that's a changing state. He was a student. You can say, why not? Yes, now you are no longer a student. You are no longer a student. That's why it's possible. Let me ask you something. Will you? Please, once again, you have started asking questions before I complete it. Let me complete it first, please. Will you have patience? Now, interesting exercises will come. Don't worry. Till then, have patience, dear students. Okay. So let's have here these verbs. He's a student ko ke huncha verb, sir, is Abhishek has asked. No, please don't ask me now. He's a student ko ke huncha verb, sir, is ki was. Of course, is ko was huncha, definitely, naturally, undoubtedly. Yeah, okay, now no more questions, please. Let's complete this. If these verbs, in case of has, have, had, used as non-auxiliary verbs, look at, if these verbs come to refer to state of something, somebody, both possible. Very important. Do, does, did, and apostrophe not. Has, have, had, not. Look at here, both possible. If these verbs come as auxiliary verbs or main verbs, these will talk about state of something. If these verbs come to refer to as state of something, then both possible. I mean, do also possible. Does, you can make tag from do, you can make tag from does, and did also, and you can make tag from has, have, had also. If this talks about state of something, somebody. For example, no need to worry. Your mother has a headache. So here, both possible. Doesn't he? Hasn't she? But remember, you may have a question now. Somebody may have a question, sir. If so, in exam, what will be the option? Don't worry. There will be either of the options. Means one option at a time will come. One option will come. Either doesn't option will come or hasn't option will come. Don't worry. Okay? And both options will not come because it will put you in ambiguity otherwise. So can you tell me how doesn't she come in first example? Tell me how doesn't she come in first example? Oh, I see. Your mother has a headache. Okay, very simple. What is the negative of your mother has a headache? Negative of has is doesn't have. Doesn't have. Okay, that's why doesn't come here. Doesn't is used. And hasn't in the sense that it talks about stayed. That's why hasn't she also possible. Sir, I had my breakfast. I had my breakfast. So here, had my breakfast is coming as a verb. That's why you can say, I had my breakfast. Sorry, yeah, you're asking me. I had my breakfast. We have a problem now. They had a big house. These are the states. I had my breakfast, didn't I? It's past tense, past simple tense. It's a main verb here. Look at how main verb. Subject, I had is main verb. Means ate. Had is compared with that of ate. That's why. What would be tag of I ate my breakfast? Didn't I? Isn't it? Okay. So Pawan has asked me, sir, put has in question tag, has must contain verb 3 after that. Yes or not? Put has in a question tag has must contain verb 3 after that. I didn't understand what you're asking. The question is not clear. Umanga has asked me again. You have started asking questions again. You have done it. You have done it, haven't you? Okay, haven't you? Because after have is there, done V3. Okay, so sir has asked from Smart Academy question and a notice has come. You have next class after this, a doubt clearing session for science, A-level and CTEVT entrance preparation by Suyok sir, Mishra sir, and 100 rank in MBBS entrance exam. Okay, so that's sir may have relayed this message to you also. Okay, number 2 we see. Sorry, examples. Your mother has headache. You understood it? Well, guys, you understand? Okay, fine. Your mother has a headache, doesn't she? Or hasn't she? This is a state of your mother right now. Okay, so hasn't she also possible? Doesn't she also? You have a problem. Your state is that you are in a problem. That's why you have a problem. Don't I? So don't we? Or haven't we? They had a big house. Your state is to have a house now. Your state is that you are with a house. So didn't have hadn't they or didn't they? And if you expect me to teach you in detail, this is not possible. Okay, because this is the level when we just refresh you what you studied in the past, because this is not the class in which we can teach you in detail. Slide, I will share the slide, don't worry. I will share all the slides I have taught today, complete lesson of tech questions. So slide send Gardinola. Oh, sure, well, why not? Now, if these verbs are used as the action verb, the tag question begins with do, does, did verb. Okay, Sapal, somebody has asked me a question. Sir, you have asked me a question from conditional. It was a bit complex, a long question. I told you it was a bit tricky. I will find out its answer and address you in tomorrow's lesson. Okay, I'll give you in tomorrow's lesson. But let's study this. Number 2, if these verbs, didn't they? What do you mean, Himal Baralji? What do you mean? What have you asked here? Didn't they? I understand you. They had a big house, didn't they? Or hadn't they? Both correct. Okay. If these verbs are used as the action verb, the tag question begins with do, does, did verb. It's very simple. She always has a cold bath. Here, has is a verb. She, let's compare it with take. She always has a bath, cold bath. You can also say she always takes a cold bath. So when you use it as takes, then of course you would say doesn't. That's why doesn't is possible, because does is here as a main verb. Has is as a here main verb. And they have a good talk. Here, have subject, they, and have is verb. V1, and a good talk is complement or object, you can say. So you can say they have a good talk. So you can say they don't have. So dear students, one simple trick to convert them into tag question is please change them into negative first. Change them into negative. If you don't know, that's alternative option for you. And whatever auxiliary verb you get in negative, whatever negative word you get there, that will be the same, will be used there for tag also. For example, they have a good talk. Negative is they don't have a good talk, and therefore don't is the same. Don't is used here for question tag also. She had a look at him, didn't she? So had is here main verb. That's why didn't. Okay, fine. Let's move ahead. Okay, but if they come as an auxiliary verb, then hasn't she? Shita has done her homework. Well, Chumi, what's your real name? Oh, no, sir, can't we write haven't they instead of don't they? Oh, for which question you're asking? From another slide you were asking, perhaps from last slide you're asking. From last slide you're asking, right? Okay, which one? Excuse me, sir, we have a car. Sir, can't we use haven't they? Which one you are saying? Which one? They have a good talk. I see. Maybe this question you were asking. Wait, please don't keep asking questions. Let's end within a few minutes. Sir has given me notice that I will have to end my class within a few minutes. Just a second. They have a good talk. Dear boy, here have is as a main verb. That's why don't is possible. Okay, not haven't they. Don't say haven't they. Don't they is possible. So, excuse me, sir, we have a car. We have a car. Haven't we? Hey, oh, yes, it's a matter of British English and American English. Very good. Very good question. Well, dear students, haven't we? We have a car. Haven't we is in in British English. Okay. Haven't we? Don't we is in British English, and haven't we in American English. We have a car. Don't we? American English. And this is from text. Can you please explain? Yeah, I told you. Well, American English, as far as the study matter comes in school and college level, you must follow British English, British grammar, British everything. And when it comes for communication, you can use American English also. It doesn't matter, doesn't make any difference. But American English is not to be
लोमन सर तपाईँ म्युट हुनु भएको छ प्लिज have a look once.
Okay. Sir, hello.
It's fine, sir. It's fine, sir.
It's okay. Sir, there are some questions to be discussed and I need to discuss them first. Sir. So will I have a chance? Okay, you would better try harder. Yeah, it's harder. So it would better, I have already told you, after would there is, if rather, it's would, but after better, it's had. Therefore you can say had he, hadn't he. Okay. So similarly, You'd rather tell me about her. Please tell me the answer, sir. It's a question from Susil. Well, you'd rather is wouldn't, would you? You'd rather tell me about her. Yeah, I have already told you this answer on the first slide itself. You can see here, dear students. Look at here. I told you to have a look on this. Would rather is would rather, would you, and had better is hadn't you. Okay, be careful about it. Now we move ahead. I think there are some more questions to be answered. Sushil had, okay. Sir, will you please show the slide of subject pronoun? All right, subject pronoun, I'll show it. But don't worry, now it can't be shown because time is almost over. I need to conclude my class as I have got instructions from the control room. Now here, Mr. Jack has asked me, sir, will you please show me slide? The slide will be provided in PDF, don't worry. Now, he'd better try harder. He'd better try harder, hadn't he? Okay? You'd rather tell me about her, wouldn't you? Please clear the confusions. It's okay. After would, would rather means if there after would there is rather, that means would. And after would, after D, it's there better, that means hadn't. That's all about it. What is there to be made clear? Now, Gaur, some student has asked, sir, can you please send me the slide if conditionals to, and sir, where will you send these slides? And you can request it to sir, Smart Academy, sir. You can ask them about this. He will solve your problems. I'm not supposed to. But by the way, I'm every day sending. Today also I'll send you, don't worry. Is that clear? Well, dear students, we have a lot of things remaining. Maybe tomorrow. Today, how much? This we are on this slide, right? So, sir, we have another class now. Okay, that's all for today, dear students. Thank you very much for joining class, and tomorrow we will complete this lesson and exercises also. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
ओके हाम्रो चाहिँ सधैँ 2 आवर्सको क्लास हुन्छ र हामी चाहिँ स्याटरडे सन्डे अथवा मन्डे हाम्रो एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेसमा चाहिँ हामीले डाउटहरू क्लियर गर्ने गर्छौँ। जस्तो डाउट क्लियरिङ सेसन हुन्छ, तिमीहरूले एउटा अहिले पढिराखेको हुन्छ तर कुन कुन अलिकति कस्तो क्वेसन छ आइरहेको हुन्छ, कस्तो एमसिक्यू आउँछ भनेर चाहिँ हामीले वानबाट सेट चाहिँ डाउट क्लियरिङ सेसनमा चाहिँ हाम्रो ट्रान्स एक्सपर्ट सुयोग मिश्राजी हुन्छ। उहाँले चाहिँ तिमीहरूलाई